Thanks to the investments I've made over the last 7 years, my net worth has grown by an extra £100,000. And all that time, my investment strategy has been pretty much running on autopilot. But that's not to say that I didn't make some mistakes when I was first starting out with investing. I definitely did. They cost me thousands, and I'll tell you how you can avoid making those same mistakes so you don't lose money the way I did. Then I'll share the practical steps you can take to figure out exactly how much you should actually be investing each month. And then finally, I'll tell you how you can set up your own investment strategy that runs on autopilot, so all you do is check your investments every few months. So first mistake was realizing my losses. So I vividly remember making my very first investment into a stock listed on the stock market, Caterpillar for some reason, and 2 days later, the price had gone down. I've got to sell this. This is obviously not working. This was a terrible decision. Now you'll know this if you've watched any of my other videos. Clearly that was a terrible decision. I should have known that I was supposed to hold the stock for 20 to 30 years and I would probably see a return on that investment. I also shouldn't have invested in an individual stock because I had no idea what I was doing. But there is a really important point here, and that is that you're investing an amount each month that you realistically, barring everything in your life going completely wrong, you think you can afford not to touch for the next 20 to 30 years. Now, I'll come back in a second to exactly how I figured out how much I was going to invest each month, but keep in mind, you must not over-invest, like putting all of your savings into investments, meaning that you are forced to sell those investments in, say, 5 years when you want to buy a house for a deposit. That is a really dangerous pace to put yourself, so you really need to see this money as locked away for a minimum of 10, but maybe 20, even 30 years. All right, second mistake, investing all your money at once. So I remember watching a load of videos about investing, telling me I should invest. I then went away and was like, oh yeah, I should do this. So I put all of the £2,000 I had saved up at that time into my investment account and bought a FTSE All-World ETF with it. All of it went into the market all at once. That is a really bad idea because if I just so happened to buy at the time when the market was at an all-time high, I would obviously have lost money. Instead, drip feeding money using dollar cost averaging consistently into the market, meaning you invest basically the same amount each month, possibly increasing your investments over time if, for example, your salary goes up, means you reduce the risk that today just so happens to have been the all-time high of the stock market. Third mistake, being overconfident in individual stocks. As I already said, when I started investing in individual stocks like Caterpillar. I had no idea why I was really investing in those other than maybe I'd seen like one Motley Fool article saying it might be a good stock for 2018. But obviously, as has been shown, it is incredibly difficult to beat, for example, the S&P 500. Most active fund managers whose job it is to do that fail to do it. So the chances of you or I as unprofessional investors, at least for me with very little modeling financial background, actually beating the S&P 500 is very low. So I generally think for most people, having confidence in individual stocks is probably a fairly bad idea, and you should certainly very much question yourself if you feel confident in an individual stock. Fourth mistake, procrastinating. Not getting started because you're not 100% confident, you're overwhelmed, and you don't do anything to change that. Letting years go by without starting investing just because you feel a bit uncomfortable. Frankly, it took me too long to properly start investing. I didn't increase my pension contributions for a year or two because I was worried about missing that money from my paycheck. And I also was only investing tiny amounts of money for a few years when I started investing because I was scared about losing that money. So absolutely start with very small amounts as you grow your confidence and really just understand how investing works. But as you learn more, as your confidence increases, do make sure you increase those amounts to a level you're comfortable with, because ultimately time in the market beats timing the market. So the earlier in your life you can start investing at a level that you feel comfortable with, the better. And one thing that can really help if you struggle with procrastinating because of uncertainty, or you find you often get analysis paralysis, not just with your finances, but in your job or your personal life more generally, is coaching. Now, coaching is a tool that is used by many of the world's most successful people to get clarity and to grow. And that's where Strawberry.me, today's sponsor, comes in. I've definitely had periods where things were going fine on the surface, but I wasn't fully confident about whether my career was right for me, why I was making these videos, and I felt pretty unfulfilled. But speaking to a coach using strawberry.me has given me a much more clear sense of direction for my life. I now feel more comfortable with where I am right now, and like I know what I'm trying to achieve. Because when you work with a professional coach, you get the undivided attention of someone independent whose entire job is to help you get clear on your goals, challenge the assumptions holding you back that I can't or I shouldn't, and turn vague intentions into concrete plans. The great thing about strawberry.me is it makes this accessible by helping you find a coach tailored to you. So whether that's career progression, confidence, leadership, decision making, or personal growth, you're not dropped into some like generic life coaching program. You choose a real human who becomes your coach and who specializes in what you're actually trying to figure out. Strawberry.me are also really highly rated on Trustpilot, and that matters because coaching really only works if the quality of the coach is there. So if you're feeling stagnant at work or unsure about what you're doing with your life, personally or professionally, Strawberry.me is a really good place to get a fresh perspective and to push you to do what deep down is right for you. You can find your coach and get 50% off your first coaching session through my link, strawberry.me/Liam Porritt, which is linked in the description or via the QR code on screen now to start getting clear on your purpose, priorities, and next steps. Final mistake, using inefficient tax vehicles. So when I invested that first £2,000, I did it through a general investment account, and I still have over £5,000 now it's grown to, sat in my general investment account rather than a stocks and shares ISA, because I didn't realize at the time that I could invest in an ISA. But that basically means that when I come to sell those investments, I'll probably have to pay capital gains tax on it, and I wouldn't have had to have paid any tax if I've invested through an ISA in the first place. Now, exactly which account you should use will depend on where you are and your personal circumstances, but there are tons of articles about this online, so look those up. Maybe chat with ChatGPT and it will do a pretty good job, I reckon, of advising you which accounts you might want to use to be tax efficient. So what have I invested in? Well, I have a whole separate video revealing my entire investment portfolio, but the majority of my investments have been into the stock market and into my pension. Then how much should you invest? Well, the very first thing I did when I started earning money before starting to invest, which is also what you should do, was to build up an emergency fund of 6 months outgoing. So for me, that was £12,000. Then next step, once you've got that emergency fund, you can look to form a rule for yourself. Now, you will have heard, probably, if you've ever watched one of my videos before, of the 50-30-20 rule, the idea that you put 50% of your money towards your needs, 30% towards your wants, and 20% towards your future, i.e. into investments. Now, the exact amount you attribute to each of these three categories is personal depending on your income and your expenditure, but I would suggest starting with a very small investment number and increasing that over the first year you invest. So maybe start with 5%. I started with around 10% and slowly work that number up, trimming the spending you put on your wants or setting that money otherwise aside in a savings account, and over time increasing the amount you're investing. To give you a concrete example, from when I first started work at the law firm I currently work for, my salary was £48,000. And I appreciate my salary was higher than the average salary in the UK. Within about a year of working there, I had increased my pension contributions to 8%, which at the time was about £4,000 a year on top of the £4,000 my employer was putting in. And I then, after about a year, started putting an extra £300 a month into ETFs, so a total of £7,600 a year. That means that my future bucket was about 16% of my overall earnings. Over time, I've increased those amounts quite significantly as my salary has gone up. But as I said earlier, never to the point where I think, even in a worst case scenario where I lose my job and kind of everything goes wrong, I'm likely to have to sell those investments. And that includes if, for example, Beth and I want to buy a property for ourselves. I would not use money that I've invested to do that. And a final point on building up a deposit for a property. So my view has been that in general, it's better to start investing earlier because returns compound over time. Therefore, I was keen to start putting a bit more money into my pension and making some small investments into ETFs. And I have therefore sacrificed the speed at which I've been able to build up a deposit for a house. I have managed to put some money aside each month into a savings account for a deposit and also invest and also put money in my pension, doing all all of those things in a relatively small amount, and it's taken quite a while to get there. But for me, the importance of investing early, even if in very small amounts, has meant that I've been willing to sacrifice having that deposit to buy my own property sooner. But that has been my personal investment strategy. It has worked for me, but you need to make your own investment strategy and formulate your own plan here. And 2 practical steps you need to take. Start small. Start by increasing your pension contributions. You can generally just email your HR team at work, increase it by 1% and see if you can still cope with that little bit less money. Start investing £10 a month into ETFs. Build up a pattern of doing that every month. As you start to gain confidence, increase that to 20, 30, 40, and soon you will be investing more. And over time, those returns will, assuming the stock market goes up, compound. Open a tax-efficient account wherever you are in the UK and ISA. Open it with Invest Engine, Freetrade, Trading 212, AJ Bale, Hargreaves Lansdown, whoever. It doesn't really matter. The platforms differ. I really love Invest Engine, but you can use whichever one you feel comfortable with. Invest in small increments in whatever investment you feel comfortable making. Automatically transfer money from your bank account into your investment account so that basically when your pay comes in, your pension's already gone, and then your investment account has already been funded. You don't have that money. You cannot spend it. And then see how you go and increase your investments over time. And that is, in a nutshell, my entire investment strategy. That is what I have done and has generated me returns so far of around £100,000. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please do give it a like, give it a hype if you can see that button down below. I think it should appear on this for the first 7 days. Drop me a comment. I promise I read every single one of your comments and I do try to reply when I can. And I look forward to speaking to you again very, very soon. Thanks so much for watching.